Hello everyone, I'm the Project CUE Editor-in-Chief Justin Joseph, and I have the utmost pleasure of delivering our website's first ever collection of videos to coincide with our annual Holiday Buyer's Guide. This is a 5-part series, and our second to last recording begs us the opportunity to tell you what we think to be the most worthwhile multi-platform console games for your collection. There's plenty to keep any gamer busy, so hopefully these recommendations don't overwhelm your list too much. I'll begin with a game that I personally apologize for not having reviewed yet due to various circumstances, and it happens to be a sports title from EA Canada. Last year, NHL 08 snagged our Sports Game of the Year award, and the same happened with several other media outlets. This year, EA has taken an even greater leap forward, surprising us all. If you're a hockey fan watching this, there's little reason to avoid NHL 09 this year. Be a Pro mode may have a couple unfortunate glitches, and the online MMO mode isn't entirely stable, but everything else is pretty top-notch. Fast content, great team-specific fan service, and the most challenging hockey experience ever designed makes this a fine choice for the winter sports fanatic. If you love first-person shooters, and can ignore the fact that a certain recent release is quite excellent but set in World War II again, Call of Duty World at War would make a great addition to your collection. While I personally think Modern Warfare outranks it in terms of overall fun factor, Treyarch's latest entry in the veritable series is plenty worthwhile. The missions are very atmospheric, the guns are pretty fun to use, the online co-op is awesome, and the competitive aspect takes Modern Warfare's offering to the next level with new perks and maps. It's unfortunate that the AI is so poor, but that shouldn't scare you away from playing this one for the 2008 holiday. What if you prefer third-person action games instead? Well, EA has the perfect game for you if you have a strong stomach, and it's none other than Dead Space. It's set far into the future, and protagonist Isaac Clarke is an engineer responsible for helping investigate the missing space vessel Ishimura. What he encounters is nothing short of horrifying, as creatures known as necromorphs now inhabit the once grand ship, and it's up to you to survive their presence. Sure, you wish to eradicate them too, but staying alive is priority number one. Take into account a chilling audio-visual atmosphere and the complete lack of a HUD, and you have a legitimately scary video game. It may not be Halloween anymore, but that shouldn't stop you from checking this out. Let's shift back to first person, but nothing dealing with hardcore shooting. I mean, technically you can fire a gun in EA's new IP Mirror's Edge, but the whole point of this adventure is to run like hell from point A to B and feel a rush every step of the way. Faith is a runner trying to save her sister, and the game's missions take her through a politically oppressed city that doesn't want these people communicating. To avoid local law enforcement, you must run along walls, up walls, jump over all sorts of obstacles, and occasionally disarm obtrusive guards. The game can also surprise you with its cel-shaded anime-style presentation. As long as you aren't afraid of heights, Mirror's Edge could be the adrenaline rush you've been looking for this holiday. Now on to the next game, which would likely please anyone that's attracted to swords, guns, and devil powers. That last item runs directly into the title in question here, Devil May Cry 4. Sure, this game doesn't innovate the genre like the first one did, but there's no doubting how fun it is to control both Nero and Dante throughout 20 packed stages. If you love action beat-em-ups, this game could be perfect for you, despite whether or not if you've seen the previous 3. Gorgeous visuals, relatively straightforward controls, and grand boss fights will make you remember Devil May Cry 4 from now until 5 is released. Racing fans, you may be surprised to know that one of Project CUE's highest rated games comes straight from the folks over at Disney. More important though, is the makers of Pure, which is the renamed studio responsible for the PS2 ATV Off-Road Fury games. If an SSX ATV Off-Road Fury hybrid with a lengthy list of tricks sounds appealing to you, then don't pass up Pure this holiday season. Add to that a wicked multiplayer that supports online competition, and you have a great choice for a racer if you don't have a PlayStation 3 and MotorStorm Pacific Rift. Or heck, what's the problem with owning both? Before steadily bringing this to a close, we simply must comment on a cooperative shooter just released to the market courtesy of Valve. Using another modified version of the Source engine, Left 4 Dead is all about 4 people trying to survive a zombie apocalypse in the city of Los Angeles. The campaign may be on the short side, but there's no denying how wicked this game is via the online co-op and competitive. Play with friends, or against human-controlled zombies, or try to take down a human team. Plus, everyone can use every weapon, but each character is distinct. Combine all this with the AI director that literally changes the game on the fly, and you have one heck of a game here for the holiday season, if you're mature enough. Second to last, how can we possibly avoid the opportunity to emphasize the triumphant return of Bond, James Bond? Activision and Treyarch's Quantum of Solace unfortunately is very short, about 4 hours for the campaign, and lacks offline multiplayer, but if you can ignore that, everything else can provide you hours upon hours of excitement. The cover system is addictive, as my good buddy Jared Nickel claims, and the online multiplayer is very entertaining if you aren't already obsessed with Gears of War and Call of Duty. Couple this with authentic movie-to-game environments and visuals, excellent inclusion of the Bond themes, and great voice work, and you have a nice choice for the holiday. Finally, we have another viable contender for overall 2008 Game of the Year, and it comes straight from Bethesda. As Jared Nickel states in our guide, this isn't a game, but an experience, much like BioShock. Your custom avatar has survived a post-apocalyptic Armageddon, and you must set out to find out where your father is, who mysteriously vanished from your shelter. If it isn't obvious, I'm talking about Fallout 3. There's so much to do, and so much to explore, that you may become overwhelmed, which isn't surprising considering this is made by the developers of Oblivion. Add in the VAT system, which allows you to satisfyingly pinpoint areas of enemy bodies for precision damage, and you have one heck of a game to pick up for the holiday. Fallout 3 is where it's at. So there you have it, and hopefully this information is helpful to you. Be sure to check out our videos for the other systems when you have a minute. You won't regret it. Nevertheless, from all of us here at ProjectCUE.com, we wish all of you a very happy holiday season and hope you continue following our extensive coverage. Thanks guys, and I'll see you soon.